Mm, 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 mm. I just been waiting to discuss all of this. Just sitting back, just waiting for the right time to say what I want to say, how I want to go about it. Why I haven't been doing any subjects on Mgtow or anything of the sort lately. Well, it's a reason. Probably a million reasons why. I'm going to be talking about all four things on this live stream. Besides, Mgtow's easy views anyway, right? I mean, like Arya said, why? I'm just some guy who's on my quote-unquote better channel playing video games in my mama's basement. Okay, well, don't worry, Arya Devood. I'll talk about inceldom very shortly on this live stream, and I know you'll be watching. Maybe I should bring up your little crush on Trad Stacy as well. But anyhow, I would have done this a long time ago and just said, you know what? I'm not fucking with Mgtow or Anti-Mgtow or none of these groups anymore. But I basically just ghosted the whole group. I just said, you know what? I'm just going to walk out. I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm not going to explain how I feel. Because I figured it out. I realized that, and I've said this before, the outside world is really not the same as the internet. It's a whole different world. Like I know what gets by on the internet. I know, you know. I'm just doing what I want to do, and I could lose this channel at any moment for saying something that somebody doesn't like, and I could care less. I mean, what the hell do I need it for? 2K14? I've already said that that's going to improve anyway. But anyhow, back to Mgtow. And I just had to put Mgtow first because I hear all over YouTube, I hear about how this is freedom from the plantation. You know, we're all free, we're happy. I mean, this is what they say. You know, it's easy views. Unlike me, it's easy views to complain about women every fucking video. And then if you call it out or if you disagree with that group, if you disagree with Mgtow, you're a blue pill simp or you're a virgin or whatever else they want to call you. You know, shaming language, which is okay as long as you're not a female doing it, you know. So, you know, that's all cool. But I could easily debunk that argument. You know, when these guys use shaming language against me, because I'm a GYOW, you know, I don't consider myself no Mgtow. I don't want to be part of no group, because I know what all these groups are about. It's the same type of men, you know. These guys, I hear all this talk. They talk a big game about freedom from the plantation and happiness, but I don't see the happiness. Whenever I listen to any MGTOW, none of them sound happy. They all sound depressed, especially Victor von Frankenstein. These guys sound fucking miserable. And they are miserable. You know, you can hear it in their voice. It doesn't sound like they found freedom from, you know, from oppression. It sounds like they're just oppressing themselves. That's what it sounds like to me. None of these men sound happy. It sounds like they're trying to find something to replace women. And not having any luck in that area whatsoever. And I'm not dissing all MGTOWs. There's some good MGTOWs out there still. You know, I known about it back before it got this bad, but whatever, you know. But for those of you who want to claim I'm some blue pill simp or some TFL or whatever you want to assume, or some Urkel, ask MGTOW, ask Mike the MGTOW monk if I'm any of those things, because I watched a live stream of his and I understood him and his friends and his wife's situation better than he did. And I hardly know the fucking dude. I know him from the internet. I understood his situation better than he did. Or any of his situations as far as females. Any situation that any of these MGTOWs talk about, I know them well. Because I've been around the block, unlike these dudes. More than a few times. Okay, ask him if I'm some Urkel, some virgin loser. And see what the fuck he tells you. But like I said, none of these guys sound happy. They use the same female shaming language for anybody who gives any alternative thought other than just sit around being bitter and just doing a bunch of useless shit. That's, I guess, supposed to replace a female. I mean, like How About a Dashboard Light says, why have any female companionship when you can be spending hours at work? When you can just be all at working 2 jobs, you know, and have no life outside of work. I mean, what an amazing life. Yeah, go fishing, live in a hut, you know. I mean, these guys want to assume or talk about how I live, but look at how these MGTOWs are living. All of them, from what I've seen, are living in tents. Okay, you want to talk about a basement or a mama's basement? Okay, I live in a fucking house. So let's get that shit clear. So yeah, I know MGTOW's easy views, which is probably why most of these guys even do it. Because anything that involves a group or anything that everybody knows about is easy views. So it gets even worse from here. You think MGTOW was a problem. How about anti-Mgtows? Here's another group that I ran into. These guys are no better. Don't think that I'm some anti-Mgtow. No, the fuck I am not. I've got to know these folks, and let me tell you. See, they call themselves anti-Mgtows because they really are feminists. See, a blue pill man is a female at heart. At least a negative one. A shallow one at heart. You see, let me tell you something. These anti-Mgtows, they're against feminism as well. They're anti-feminists as well. But how come they don't call themselves anti-feminists? Because it's really about them being against men. They're male feminists. they'll make videos about, a diss against a feminist, so-called, but that's if she's really, really messed up in the head. You don't need to be that crazy to be a feminist. They say get it easy on a woman. But MGTOW, see, that's their real enemy. Because at least MGTOWs are aware of, at least somewhat aware of the world they're living in. MGTOWs are not completely oblivious. You might have a lot of issues. And that's one thing that bothers me about MGTOWs. So we always hear about, whenever they talk about their breakups, we always hear only one side of the story. Because you look at these guys, you can tell they're not exactly like a relationship material. I can't see any of these MGTOW guys really being in a long-term relationship or having any type of much of any female companionship or anything. I don't see them going out on a Saturday night, to meet some chick, whether she's a skank or whatever. I can't see them doing that. But these anti-Mgtows are really just male feminists. They can call themselves whatever they like, but they're really just male feminists. You wonder, what happened to you making MGTOW videos? And then these guys want to tell me, come on my old MGTOW videos and tell me what MGTOW is all about. I know what the fuck MGTOW is about. I just don't do groupthink, And yeah, that makes me look like a piece of shit online. But in the outside world, it's a whole different story. In the outside world, outside of YouTube, I'm doing just fine. I have women in my life. I have chicks that I fuck. Not unprotected, but because I'm smarter than that. Yes, MGTOWs, I know better. I know the game. Just like I have male friends in real life, which I don't want to be around, honestly, at this point. But either way, yeah. You disagree with these folks, you're ugly, you're gay. All these things that I'm not in real life. That's the internet for you. And it's the same thing that Steve Hooker ran into. Anybody who disagreed with Steve Hooker, they would try the same stuff with him. And he would make live streams saying that, I was never this in my real life. The internet is so much different from reality. And then you guys wonder why I stopped doing MGTOW videos. This is why. Nothing destroys your spirit to talk about MGTOW more than a guy in some fucking Marvel suit. A grown-ass man dressing like a little kid with toys everywhere. Saying that you're a fucking nerd. Calling you a loser. Nothing can ruin your spirit to make MGTOW videos more than that. I had every reason to stop doing this shit. Because I realized that it's not reality. I leave the home. Most people are friendly. Most people are talkative. I don't have to worry about being in a group or not being in a group. I don't need 10,000 subs to get to know anybody or anybody to get to know me. I don't have a problem getting to know people. I don't leave the home feeling like I'm inadequate or told that I'm inadequate. It's a whole different world. So these anti-Mgtows, it's really just male feminists, like I said. These guys are pretty much like Comic-Con losers. These guys that Hell by the Dashboard talks about, these Mgtow guys who read comic books or go to Comic-Con convention, pretty much comic nerds and shit. But yeah, you're a nerd for playing video games. Says a loser who wears fucking Marvel costumes, and has posters all over his wall. Like a little kid. Incels and TFL. I mean, this is pretty obvious. I can't relate to this. I haven't been an incel or TFL ever since I was maybe, 15? I mean, I was shy. Excuse me, I farted. Anyway, I was shy when I was in high school, kind of. So I didn't really do what I wanted to do. But after I got out of high school, I did whatever the fuck I wanted to do. Life got good after school for me. I fucked whoever I want when I want. And I don't think that's something to brag about. Don't get it twisted. Of course, a TFL would look down on somebody who is getting female attention because of jealousy, but I don't think it's nothing special. I mean, it's been over a decade since I've been around the block. So I don't see anything special about it. It doesn't really change who you are. People think it does. And these incels have these played out theories about, at least in the black manosphere, women want thugs, bad boys, thugs. There are no fucking bad boys and thugs in 2019. All the guys today are wearing skinny jeans. Ain't no thugs today. What bad boys and thugs? I dare any of you, and this is one reason why I left this whole entire side of YouTube and just haven't been making videos on it. Because everybody's just going to disagree with me and thumbs me down, but yet they don't have a defense against my argument. I dare any of these dudes to film themselves outside in public and show me one thug that a woman is with. Just one. Thugs and bad boys has been dead since what, 2002? You are more likely to get a hookup being the biggest nerd there is. Urkel has a bigger chance of getting a one-night stand or a date or anything than a thug. And even if a woman does get a thug, see, one thing these incels and TFLs don't get is that these guys, these so-called thugs that you want to call them, and bad boys, it's not that they're thugs and bad boys. Even if they are, they know how to play on a woman's emotions. Okay, some of us actually know a thing or two about women. Some of us actually grew up around women. Y'all just think they're hard to get. Y'all think they're complicated. No, they're not. Women are not complicated. They're not hard to figure out. They're pretty fucking simple. They haven't built anything. How complicated could they fucking be? But anyhow, yeah. They play on their emotions. They know women love they play the helpless card. Even if a guy was a thug hitting on a chick, he's gonna be like, "Oh man, I'm just trying to survive, man. I'm just trying to put food in my baby's mouth. That's why I sell drugs and this and that." He's gonna play helpless with her. That's how he's gonna land her. Don't get it twisted. Anybody you see acting like a thug, white or black, he's putting on a fucking act. That's what he's doing. He's putting on an act because that's not who he really is, and he knows that he can't get anything he wants in life by being his true self. So he's going to put on a false image. And I love how these Mgtow guys talk about how feminism or whatever is taking away their free speech. Okay, not every Mgtow channel is just losing their channels. Yeah, I don't think it's because of feminism. It's because of who runs it. Mgtows is saying that women are running the government. No, women don't have power. Women never had power. Men gave women power by putting them on a pedestal. You don't have, if power is given to you, you don't really have it because it could be taken away. Just like how Hell by the Dashboard Light says, there's no such thing as rights. George Carlin says there's no such thing as rights. There are no such thing as rights. For you to have rights, it would mean that you cannot take them away. Nobody can take them away. If your rights can be taken away, you don't have rights. They're privileges. Feminism is a privilege. That's it. All right? It's a privilege, nothing more. The globalists want to divide and conquer, and this is one of the ways how they've done it, just like the gay agenda. Everyone who has a disagreement with you, anyone who disagrees with you online will call you gay. But here's the thing. No one actually disses gays. If you look, you can go to any gay channel. They usually recommend it. You don't find them. They find you. If you go in the default section of YouTube, of what's trending, it's going to be probably gay channels of gay men and their boyfriend. No one says anything about them being gay. So I don't want to hear, if you come in the comment section talking about, oh, this guy is gay and this and that, I'm going to ignore you. Because you wouldn't dare come at a gay man. If I was gay, you wouldn't dare call it out. If you go to a popular gay channel with thousands of millions of views and judge their sexuality, you criticize them, okay, you're going to get heat. I took heat for coming at Kanye West and him being bipolar. If you come at celebrities or anything that's popular, that goes, that's the status quo, you're going to get buried. America loves gays. The Western society in general loves gays. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Mgtow or whatever. You may not be gay, but you're indifferent to it. So I dare anybody to debunk my arguments in this live stream. Anyone. Good luck.